our first goal is to go closer to the consumer. Thought of doing live streaming.
Frame, your makeup, your attire, all these.
Then we used to have 100k users concurrently. Live streaming enabled us to get closer to the user.
Importance of innovative thinkers. Hello Sashi, thank you so much for giving your time today. This is probably, we've had many conversations before, but this is for the first time जहाँ पर हम बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, discussing about how live commerce has shaped the digital strategy for Vivo and iQOO. But before we go into that further, I want to first get to know the person behind taking this initiative for Vivo and iQOO, right? क्योंकि आजकल हम बहुत सुनते हैं कि the importance of having intrapreneurs in the company, right? Or the importance of innovative thinkers, because typically innovation doesn't always happen top down. It is usually done by people at the grassroots level who can think differently, and you have been a prime example of that. So I want to know a little bit more about you, and for anybody who might be watching this, to get some inspiration and by knowing the real person behind this.
Thank you, Kaizad. Thank you for having me here. So it has been a really good journey, right, with Swirl team. So I still remember our initial days, hiccups, where something breaks every time, and how we learned, and there's a steep learning curve, and where we are right now, right? We are doing like every week's multiple live streams, right? So it amounts to around 6+ live streams every month, right? So yeah, it has been a really good journey. And something about me would be a small snippet would be like I have been into e-commerce industry for a long time, right? So initially I started working in a retail company based out of UK. So I was in the support team of that, and then I got into product management where I have been associated with the e-commerce companies for around since 2014, right? So from classifieds, from e-commerce, travel portals, right? So I've been looking into mix of technology, business and operations, right? And getting into mobile, Vivo has been a really exciting, and I have seen the journey has been full of learnings and things to grasp from every department, right? Let it be retail, sales, offline sales, right? Different channels of sales and distribution, right? And plus the branding thing, right? Vivo as a company gave us a huge big umbrella to learn different tactics and strategies associated with different pillars of the business, right? So the journey has been exciting, and we try to learn from different verticals and try to imbibe them on the e-commerce platform we have. So here at Vivo, I take care of the D2C platform for the product side, right? So D2C platform is the shop.vivo.com and shop.iqoo.com we have, where the customer can come and then they can discover new products, know about the new launches, and make a decision to purchase the product at the platform itself.
And what is the slight difference between Vivo and iQOO also, if you can share that?
So Vivo is an older brand, and we have a mass of 100+ million consumers in India.
Right.
However, iQOO is a young, and iQOO stands for the performance, right? Started with the gaming phones, and then now we are launching very high performance phones, right? Which will help, especially in gaming side, to have a flawless.
So iQOO is more positioned to the Gen Z.
Gen Z, yes.
And Vivo is more for the. Okay, got it.
Vivo would be the mass phone, and iQOO is the performance-oriented phones, right? So that's the huge difference. That's the basic difference between iQOO and Vivo. However, first, both the brands are important, right? So we take care of both iQOO and Vivo D2C platform. And just coming back to live stream, like in 2020 or 21, right? A lot of people, our high management said that we should do different, right? Everyone was looking to us that we should do different.
Something different, something innovative.
Yeah. Because iQOO and Vivo and iQOO D2C platform are very critical for us, as in for the existing Vivo and iQOO consumer, this is the first preference where the user can come, discover the new launches, and then make a purchase decision, right?
And if you think about it, traditionally mobile industry mein the distribution channel has been very kind of traditional, wherein you heavily dependent on distributors and offline network. I think you are one of the first brands in the country who have actually gone more D2C, or who have, I would say, dared to go D2C, right?
Sure.
And connect with their customers digitally, which is commendable. You still don't see a lot of brands doing it today.
Yeah. So as our CEO suggests, right? It's our first goal is to go closer to the consumers, right? Closer we go, closer we connect, right? We'll get more insight from them. So that was one of the thing which the live streaming enabled us to get closer to the user, talk directly to them,
Right.
to understand what they want us to tell them about the product, right? Being a smartphone being a high tech and very complex product, if you see it from far, right? It's very complex. Like every consumer has different needs. Some would like photography, some would like performance, some would like screen, touch screen, and battery life, right? So it's a combination of things, and a lot of information consumer needs to consume, when the purchase decision comes.
Right.
So live streaming help us to communicate those things, parameters, and so that the user can make an informed decision during the purchase, right?
So coming back to that thing, do you think that live commerce can play an important role in all stages of the funnel? You just described the purchase journey, and I would love to maybe get your view on that.
Yeah. So here at Vivo and iQOO, we do the live streaming for different purposes, right? So it starts from the new product launches. Whenever we have a new product coming, we are launching in the India market, we definitely make sure that we do a live streaming for them. And it's not only one, however, it's spread across the intrigue period of the product as well as the launch, right? So whenever there is a teaser or something, we say on a platform that we are launching, let's say Y29, right? So what the user should expect, how to create the curiosity among the users, right? So we so at the intrigue phase, we get our product managers, we try to create such a content so that we can convey the story behind the particular product, right? So every product has their own target audiences, and we do lot of studies, lot of consumer research in order to design a specific product for our Indian consumers. So we try to communicate that thing and try to sink in the users that why we are making this, why they should buy it, and what benefit they'll be getting from that particular product, right?
And this is very important because traditionally this was done in two ways. One, you maybe used to do a small ad and maybe speak about some product features, and then market that ad, which was maybe for a couple of seconds, right? And expected the consumer to understand all of that in those 20 seconds, which was virtually impossible. Or you would depend on your offline distributors and agents to talk about the product features inside a store when the customer came to buy. But there was no direct connection between the brand and the customer with a high intent to buy. So live streaming enabled that, and it also enabled customer to spend more time, ask more questions, and exactly get to know whether that product appeals to them.
So just to add here that Vivo has a very strong offline presence, right? And we have very strong relationship with our offline partners. So we ensure that we create content for the offline team so that they can communicate very swiftly, very to the point, and to address the consumers directly, right? So we have offline presence and very strong in Vivo. However, what was not present was like the brand or like D2C platform, right? Where D2C platform, as it would include both vivo.com as well as shop.vivo.com, right? The brand website as well as the e-commerce platform. So we were not communicating that thing, right? In a a persona, like personal connect was not there.
Right.
So it was earlier it was just a page which will have some animation, some
Correct.
product
Correct.
features, specifications, reviews or sample
Yeah.
photographs, right?
Yeah.
So that was very traditional way. The
Right.
content was there. Someone would be reading it, someone would be
Right.
seeing it, but there was not two-way communication, right?
Right, right.
Live streaming helped us to enable that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
two-way. Now we have two-way communication. People see the video, see the demo, and then they question about the product
Correct.
feature, right?
Correct. I mean, we have this, kind of a mission in our company that we are humanizing e-commerce or
Yeah,
bringing the
definitely.
human connection to e-commerce. So, and we are big believers of that. We feel that I think compared to static e-commerce, which is what you said, image-based, animation-based, live interactive, live commerce brings that interactivity, that human connection.
Very true.
And I think, in a sense, it also creates a very authentic relationship between the brand and the customer. Would you agree to that? And if that is the case, then let's talk about a little bit on the content strategies. What are the different content strategies that you feel you have tried and has worked to establish that human connect or that authentic, relationship with the customers?
So as you rightly said, like we are humanizing the e-commerce, right? And we have seen lot of examples where consumers are coming, interacting very closely with us, right? With the host and having some questions about the brand, new product launches, features, and a lot of things happening. And also, as for the engagement part, we run lot of offers, games, right? Lot of games which help them to get engaged to the live stream and win some freebies out of those, right? So it's very fun. A lot of fun involved in organizing the live streaming. However, the content part, so we have a small team which works for the creating the content for the live stream. Basically, we follow three steps. So first we create we need to have the product information, right? So we have a very excellent product team which works for the Vivo product. So we have one-on-one session with the product team to know about the new product launches, every key aspect of the product, right? What are the key selling points? What things we should be emphasizing about the product, right? Whether it's battery life, whether it's camera, whether it's curved screen, and so on and so forth, right? So we prepare the product information in a structured way. The second comes is the offers and the games which you want to run, right? So in order, because the consumers who are coming to the platform, first they want product information, and then if they like the product, they want to know that kitne mein bikega, right?
Correct.
What price point, whether they will get different offers, any freebies if they buy therein
And
itself,
they
right?
also want to know the practical application of that product in real life.
Yes, we did a lot of demos, right?
Yeah.
So for V29 Pro, SC, and phones, right? It's a camera phone, right?
Right.
It's a flagship.
My
Vivo.
wife has that. By
Yeah. So
she bought it from the live stream.
yeah, it's very nice phone, nicely designed, and the camera is very fantastic, right? So it has an aura light, and it for us, like we want to show the power of that particular camera, right? So we during the live streaming, we dimmed the light in the dark room. We clicked the photograph, right? And it was so amazing photograph, and we showed it to the live consumers
Instantly, right then and there.
right then and there. So in this way, we communicate the power of the product to the consumer in the crude way, right? Like crude way in the sense
no editing, no
nothing.
studio.
It was
real life.
It was like directly to the consumer, saying that okay, this is the product, power of the product, right? This is the camera or the experience of the photography you'll get, right? So the first one was product information. The second one was the offers and the structure of the game which will be playing on the live streaming. And the third aspect was the content, right? The content would be collateral, the banners which will be going on. So right now we are using hugely OBS, right? So in OBS we have flyers.
Right.
So in a 9:6 screen, OBS help us to communicate a lot of information, right?
Yeah, it's. I think it was game changing because
Yeah, it
after
is.
we started implementing OBS, I saw in the chat sections also customers had. So let's talk about the funnel that we are talking about. Top of the funnel, you created all these content strategies to engage the audiences. Middle of the funnel, you created all these offers so that they can continue to engage. You spoke about that product application, but then bottom of the funnel, you were smart enough to display those, whatever that EMI offers of your financial partners like banks, etc. in those banners, so that it helped them even get through the payment decision as well. That was, I think,
it is
incredible.
It is. So how Swirl empower us is to have the buy now button there and there itself, right? So it's very easy for us to communicate to the user, telling that, hey, see, this is the product, this is the power, this is the demo of the product, and this is the price, and here is the button you can buy it from, right? So again, as you emphasize, right, it covers the complete funnel of the purchase, consumer purchase, right? And yes, so this is how it's helping us.
Yeah. So now, do you think that a lot of customers get stuck at different stages of the funnel, right? And there are different nudges required at each stage of the funnel to help them push to the next stage, ultimately towards a conversion. So top of the funnel, people don't know if this phone appeals to me or not, which is where content and engagement can really help. All the tactics and ideas that you shared. Bottom of the funnel, all the finance queries, EMI queries, offers, discounts, those things help. Do you think it also makes sense for brands such as yours to have a one-on-one interaction inside the live chat, talking about more on the finance queries? Right. For example, I saw some comments. People were asking that, can I get, instead of 3 months, can I get 12 months के लिए offer on 0% interest? Or I know people were asking कि यार some of them ask कि मैंने last time order place करना रह गया था, नहीं हुआ. I want to place it right now. So when and immediately the host picks up that question and answers inside a live stream, and that nudges them to make a transaction, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty powerful, right? One-on-one communication, right? And live streaming is enabling us to answer the queries of the consumers which they have during the purchase, right? So otherwise what will happen? So consumer will come, see that the offer is not there, or they're not able to apply the offer, right? So there could be some miscommunication or misinformation that let's say user is trying to avail a particular offer, but the card or number is not
working. ऐसा हुआ है, and then host ने immediately solve करके दिया था कि आप ये लिंक पे क्लिक करो, हमारा स्टाफ आपको हेल्प कर देगा. तो you made sure कि the customers at that funnel are not dropping off.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the biggest issue in e-commerce, no? I mean, conversion rates globally are 1 to 2% max. That's it. Bounce rate is 40 to 50% on an average, which means 50% of your customers are dropping off from your first page. And forget that, 4 out of 5 carts are abandoned globally, Sashi. That's 80% of your customers have put product in the cart. Why is that happening? They are not all changing their minds. When they have come with an intent to buy,
definitely.
And when their questions are not answered, they are going to drop off. And I think this has kind of helped them push.
So this is one thing which we are trying to address also, right? So as you said, like e-commerce, the huge worry is the cart abandonment rate, drop off of the user, right? Because user coming to the product page, looking at the product, looking at the offers, getting to the checkout, right? They have a very high intent, right? No one goes and look around the pages, and they don't have time. So if they are putting an effort, spending some time, definitely they have high intent. And there could be multiple reasons of dropping off. One could be the offer is not availed, or they don't know about the offer. So
code not working. Or whatever.
So that's we are communicating to the user there then and there itself. Plus we have some new so for our e-store, right? We have some new user programs also. Some of the programs which are very specific to the our e-store. It will not be there on
Correct.
other
This is super
e-commerce
important, by the
platform.
way, what you said, because a lot of research has come out from McKinsey and bunch of other companies on how live commerce can become successful for brands, and especially since you are a leader in this space, you started early, and everybody else is kind of watching and trying to follow your lead. It's important for everyone to know what has actually worked. And I think one of the things that has worked globally is what you just said, right? Like creating that slight FOMO kind of a factor, right? Enabling customers to convert immediately when they have an intent to buy.
And you just talked about FOMO, right? So right now we are testing different kind of FOMO, the nudges during the live stream, right? So we have some very limited offer, live streaming specific offers. So in the last live stream, we were giving free Vivo TWS, right? With every phone which the user buy during the live. So generally,
And it's only available at Vivo eStore, which by the way is having live streaming event, which is very crucial. So customers want to come there and stick around, because you'll not find it until the very end of the live show. So you have to stick around for the whole show.
Definitely. And also to increase the engagement and create the keep the user engaged, right? We have different games and we give a lot of freebies. So so trying different formats of games, engagement activities, so that to see what's working for us, and hope we'll be able to crack this soon.
Awesome. Great, Sashi. मजा आ रहा है अभी बात करते हुए, getting to know about all the innovative techniques and strategies that Vivo is adapting to live commerce. What I want to talk about next is something very unique that we have seen Vivo do, unlike a lot of other customers that we have across, not just in India but also in Europe and in Middle East and now in US, जहाँ पर you are actually using in-house, team members to host live streams, and I've been telling this for a long time that it's not only the key opinion leaders that are going to change the game when it comes to live commerce for brands who are typically focusing more on D2C and bringing the in-store or replicating the in-store experience digitally through live commerce, but I believe it will be the key opinion employees, right, definitely, who will actually change the game or will build that authentic connection. I think Vivo is the prime example. So tell us more about what made you think in this direction. Very unheard of, right? And obviously very highly risky also, because not everybody can face a camera and speak to the audiences for a long period of time. So would love to get your thoughts on that.
So when we initially opted or thought of doing live streaming, right? So we had an opinion. We spoke to a lot of people. We see in the market, right? We saw on the market. So we were having a traditional idea that we'll be having a agency which will be running the live streaming. We will have some KOL performing for us, right? So, but it was very inorganic and lot of frictions that we were facing, right? Because a lot of things goes in to get approvals for the budget allocations, to have someone, a key influencer to be onboarded, right? So there was a lot of frictions and we were heading toward that direction. However, when we in the current age, right, is a lot of social media, right? A lot of people do TikTok videos, Instagram reels, YouTube stories, right? So luckily in the team we had Shivalini, right? So she was into a lot of TikTok videos, and she, by the way, a very talented person. She knows dancing, mimicking, and presentation.
She's an artist by heart.
Yeah, definitely.
If not Vivo, she would have been probably a famous TikToker.
She is. She has a dedicated channel for her, right?
Oh, nice.
So so she was in the team, and then your guys, right, Swirl team said like, okay, if things are not moving in that traditional way, let's do something.
Oh, so did we played a role? I didn't
definitely.
Know that. Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Okay.
So we said, look, so it's just like testing the waters, right?
Mm.
So we thought like, okay, if we are not able to do a bigger show traditional way, let's do, let's get the people from our team and let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it, right?
Yeah.
So luckily, we got the support from our product team, which generally do the product launch videos and all, right? And so they have a view or the some idea of how to face the camera. We got in touch with them and had some sessions, and then your team came up and they provided us a lot of training as such, right? How to speak in front of the camera, how to be in the camera, right? What are do's and don'ts of live streaming, right? So from there we started with deferred live streaming,
Wow.
right? We recorded it, we
Right.
edited it,
Correct.
and then
Initially they started
initially
with
that
that.
was the deferred live streaming, right?
Yeah.
Then we said, okay, this is how we'll do it. Then slowly, deferred live streaming we did in our Vivo exclusive stores also, right?
Right.
So that was a good learning phase. We
It was a
learned
good
a lot.
learning curve.
Yeah. And then we started doing actual live streaming, right? Where Shivalini said, like, okay.
What a transition. How
Yeah.
long did that take? Do you remember?
2 to 3 months, I
2 to 3
believe.
months.
Earlier,
Right.
for deferred live stream, right? It was
By the deferred, for those who wouldn't know, deferred is when you record a live show
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit of editing, and then you stream it as if it were a live show, but it's a recorded show. And you start off with that, build more confidence, and then you actually go live.
Yeah, then we did the actual live streaming, right? So Shivalini said that, okay, let's do it. Yeah. So I said, look, let's do it. Let's see how it works. So it went very well. She was very confident, right?
Right.
And it just started with around 20 minutes, 30 minutes video to 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 90 minute video, which she's doing right now. So that we did for live streaming for a couple of for quite a while, and then we switched to OBS. Right now, we are at the third stage.
Right.
We are using tools like OBS to use to highlight the product information, product offers on the screen, right? And using a lot of different creatives like videos. We are using videos during the live stream, different games, different screens, right? So this is how we progress to what we are doing right now.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, this is very exciting for those, you know. I mean, this is the when we speak to customers across different industries, the biggest challenge that they have when it comes to doing live commerce is that they worry about who will create the content. And we keep telling them that, boss, I mean, you already must be having folks in the team who are talking to customers anyway, day in and day out, right? But it's just in IRL, it's just real life. You know, if you can replicate and you just talk to the customers, same customers, but through a camera on a live stream. And again, you don't have to watch at the camera, you have to look at the comments, you have to look at what customers are saying and just start talking. That can completely change the game when it comes to content creation for live commerce. And they are the best product experts who can sell, right?
So that's one, like, that's how we progress, right? So the main idea was to we need to communicate the product, right?
Right.
In the right way. If we communicate the product in the right way, definitely it will sell.
Right.
So selling was not the prime idea. However, the communication, the engagement was the prime idea which we are looking for.
And this is very, very important because in today's world, a lot of marketers, and a lot of people who are building a brand sometimes tend to lose focus and focus too much on bottom of the funnel conversions. But I've seen the best of the folks or the best of the lot focus a lot on top of the funnel, which is engagement, creating a better experience. Because if you do that, then ultimately the path to purchase becomes shortened, right? And I think that's what you guys have done. Rather than worrying too much about conversions, you're focusing about how can I improve the customer experience, increase the engagement, because that will eventually lead to more conversions.
Right? Definitely. So every time when we do live streaming, right, we take our learnings from the previous live streaming. What we did right, we'll be doing it, continuing it. Something which has not been done in a right way, we try to improve it, right? So so for the most important learning is how we structure our content, right? How we, if we properly structure the content and communicate to the user, right, and
Right.
it's easier for them to consume it, right,
Right.
then the benefit will come. The
Yeah.
most
And we have seen this in numbers also, and we'll come to that. But I think over the last 1 year, we have seen that the average time spent by every user on a live stream powered by Vivo and now iQOO has steadily increased.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the like we have earlier, just to give a reference, right? So the average time spent has increased more than 100%, right?
Right.
So when we started doing
Yeah.
small shows, and now we are performing or doing the engagement activity for the user, right? We have seen a lot of the view
Yeah.
time, right? Like it has increased by more than 100%.
Correct.
And mostly our main goal is to first of all communicate the product information in the right way, in the right manner, so that user consumes it,
Right.
and if they have any query about the product, we'll be able to answer.
Correct.
And the right product offers, right?
Yeah.
That's
FOMO. Perfect.
if we communicate these two things, right,
Huh.
what they are getting and how much they are getting, definitely it will
Conversions are
help.
going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I think structuring it, pre-planning it.
Yeah.
And I think, two questions. Maybe at the end, I want to ask about the conviction part, but we'll come to that later. Let's talk about how, what are the important metrics and KPIs that you typically like to measure, that you feel that, okay, if these benchmarks are met, then this live stream is successful. If not, then of course, we always do better next time.
Yeah.
But then, if not, then we kind of tweak it, change it, and then move forward. What are those numbers that you typically consider?
So for the live streaming, right, we use both the platform, like Swirl dashboard we are using, as well as our platform data we are using, right, and we are keeping an eye on like three major metrics, right. One is the number of viewers which were coming, right, which is very important as we distribute the content across the channels, right. So earlier we used to do only e-store, then we stepped up, and then we did a browser push notification, right. And now the third stage we are in, where we are using the social platform also, right, Instagram and I think Facebook also.
Yeah.
So in order to understand the effectiveness of these different channels, right, we look at the viewers, how much viewers we are getting across from these channels.
Right.
The second thing is the watch time we are calculating, right. So higher the engagement is, there is definitely a direct correlation that we will have the higher watch time. So that's one of the indicator. The third one is the engagement part. So internally we have devised a particular formula to understand the engagement of the user.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So that's one thing which we already always try to tweak it and to improve, to get to know the
what is that internal engagement?
So it's just the number of actions performed by the users, right? So that's
which
how.
Means comments, chats, ask
chats,
a question, buy now clicks.
Buy now clicks. Yeah. So those are something user performed over the number of users.
Some activity that they did.
So anything user performs, right, it's an engagement for us, right?
Perfect.
Something. So at least people are doing.
Correct. They are participating.
Right? Commenting or something, right? So.
Got it.
That's how. So these are the three parameters which we look at it for every live stream, and we then rate the live shows and try to tweak them according to the data, right.
Wow, amazing. No, that was very exciting. So tell me this, there are people who have been there, done that, and are scaling this up successfully now. And we have seen, from a few hundred viewers a year ago to now tens of thousands of viewers on a live stream, right? So we've seen it scale, and I'm sure in the time to come we are going to see it in millions. That is one side of the story. The other side, the rest of the world, at least in India, are talking about brands who are either trying to go D2C or are already D2C. They're still on the fence, waiting and watching for others to kind of make it big when it comes to live commerce. What would you say to them to build that conviction?
Okay, so the right requirement of the hour is to bring innovation to the e-commerce, right?
Right.
So people earlier in the e-commerce field, right? People were aware of things, right? A lot of literate people are there. A lot of city folks were doing e-commerce, right? They are going on different e-commerce platform, reading the stuff, looking at the stuff, and then buying it, right? When the e-commerce goes to the tier 2, tier 3 cities, right? There are people not familiar with the English content
Correct.
or consumption of the
Correct.
content, right? How to know about the feature of a particular product,
Yeah.
reading from the page. For them, live commerce is a new avatar, right? So they can go directly to the live stream and talk to the people, right?
Right.
Talk to the host and know about the particular information, right? So that's the need of the hour of e-commerce, and I surely believe that in coming years, right, it will be not good to have but a must to have feature for all the e-commerce platforms.
So yeah. So what you're saying is even I mean not just I think tier 2, tier 3, but even I'm thinking about myself. I love to watch YouTube videos
Yeah.
which are slightly tailored into a combination of Hindi and English, or maybe sometimes Hindi and Gujarati, or maybe just Hindi.
Yeah.
So I think as Indians, we love to consume content in your language of choice.
Yeah.
That makes it more relatable, palatable, right? And I think if what you're saying is that if brands can, because there is a lot of growth in tier 2, tier 3 plus
Yeah,
cities,
it is.
significantly, probably 70% of
Right now-
India's e-commerce GMV is going to come from that.
So right now only 4% is there, right? So coming with central government ONDC platform,
Right.
a lot of people would be encompassed into e-commerce.
Right.
So
Right.
there it like provide a good opportunity to get those people,
Right.
get them into the live streaming channels, right? I believe there will be subscribe channels and all, right, where they'll be bookmarking it and regularly coming to visit the live streaming shows, right? So that's how and where I see live streaming would be. Regularly people will be coming, seeing. It would be like a soap opera, right? Like people would be coming and
Yeah. So is it fair to say, a lot of folks have been telling about this in the industry, but is it fair that brands have to become now content creators?
it is in some way like
Otherwise, you are a dinosaur.
Yeah, it is in so the communication should be there from the brand
Correct.
itself, right? It should not
Directly.
be directly. It should not be some platform or some other people would be doing for the brand. The most effective and efficient communication would be when the brand is communicating directly to the consumer, and then if some queries is there, then consumer can connect directly with
Correct.
the
Which
brand.
is where live commerce can play a incredible role in bridging that gap. E-commerce cannot do that. It's just 10 years, 20 years old concept.
Yeah,
which is
it
now
is-
starting to.
It is an old and traditional way right now.
Yeah. So we were just talking about Shivalini, and look, we have got her here.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Thank you so much, Shivalini, for coming impromptu. Very, very excited to have you also in this conversation. We were just talking about different content strategies for live commerce that has made Vivo become successful and scale up its live streaming strategy. Would love to get some thoughts from you also, that what do you think are the best practices that you have personally learned for a live stream that can help any brand to take its strategy to the next level?
So when we started live, it was a so basic thing. I'm actually not a part of this ever. Like I have never done such kind of live streaming things in my past. Yeah, but I got this opportunity and I started this. It was a great learning for me. I was not that familiar with the cameras and just talking about the things, talking about the product. But yeah, through this live streaming, I got lots of information about the product, how to interact with the customer. There are what kind of, customers which are coming to the live streaming, or the Vivo customers or the iQOO brand customers. And yeah, many things which we have learned, and we, although of course it's been a 1 year of doing this live stream. We started in the last year, and of course we have improved a lot, and we have learned a lot. We have come up with the OBS, technology wise, and the terms wise, how we can get more interaction from the customer, how we can frame our live streamings to get more attentions from the customer, and the interactions, just the gaming things and the product display, all these things. So
we have structured the whole
yes.
show, right?
Yeah.
So
Now you've got a perfect.
Perfect picture. Yeah.
So we are doing one activity at the start of the show, at the middle, and then at the end, right? So so it's like user is getting engaged across the live streaming.
So for those of I was telling Sashi sometime back that there are a lot of brands who are slightly worried and concerned about doing live streaming, because they think yaar content kaun banayega, and we tell them, look, you have to just find somebody in house, let them fail a little bit, have those micro learnings in place, maybe 2-3 months, and then they will figure out their own recipe. Because everybody, it's like e-commerce. There's no common playbook for every brand. Same thing with live commerce. Every brand will have to create its own playbook, and you can't ideally always outsource it. You have to have it in house, right? So what would be your thoughts? How has your learning curve improved? What are some of the challenges you have faced, and how you have overcome them?
Guys, I feel like during this life, initially I used to write a script, बहुत बड़ा script लिखना, and just go through with that according to, मतलब जो script में लिखा है उसके according बात करना. फिर slowly I start learning. So I need to be little, natural. Whatever it comes in my mind, every time you can't see the script and just okay, this line, and this is how I'm supposed to talk. No. When you are interacting with the customer, you need to be little, natural. The way they are asking, the way you need to answer. Or I don't think a script का requirement है उस चीज़ के लिए. अब trust me, I don't carry any of the script in any of my live streaming show. It's just I need to know the agenda, what all things I need to cover. This is how, and I'll go with the flow. And there are many people who ask many questions in the comment sections. Accordingly, I answer them. And of course, it's something. Of course, I also learn many things from the customer side, like कि आपको किस तरह से क्या चीज़ें करनी चाहिए. उससे live streaming start करने से पहले I watched multiple videos on YouTube, because as we know, अभी mobile industry में no one is doing live streaming, right? We are the only one who is doing it.
Yeah.
So
at this scale is unheard of.
Yes, and we never thought of this, that we started like that, and हम next year तक इतना achieve कर पाएंगे live streaming के through. And trust me, after this live streaming, I interact with many of the customers just to take the feedback about the live streaming, about a brand also. So I get many positive feedback about live streaming. I recently attended one community event in Bangalore. And when I entered in the room, people already know me because of this live streaming. It was such an amazing feeling.
That's
and
so cool.
She was a star there.
Wow. What was that event?
It was a community event.
So we have iQOO community, so where all the iQOO users get together to know about the iQOO product.
So
brand.
the iQOO users knew
Yes,
that.
yes. They were already aware, because
can you expect, right?
So
you're saying that live commerce even helped you to have a community commerce experience?
Exactly.
Which is what which traditionally only influencers were able to kind of create. But now in-house, key opinion employees are able to create what you are discussing, rather than key opinion leaders.
So so we also do promote community on our live stream, right? And so hence we are helping our community to build up. So anyone who comes to the live stream, we communicate about the offerings, benefits which the brand will give to the user, right? So in which community is one of the important thing. So hence it creates the awareness about the community and pull a lot of people to the community.
Right. And what would you say to brands who are still on the fence? कि लाइव कॉमर्स करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए?
I believe करना चाहिए. इससे ना awareness बहुत increase हो जाता है. There are many people who are not, people come on a website, they just go the scrolling and just check out the thing. But there are many people there who are not even aware about the deep things about the website or the offers which we are running, anything. So live streaming is a clear way कि आप आप interact कर सकते हैं customers के साथ, and उनको बहुत nicely brief कर सकते हैं चीज़ें what are going on a website, right? So I believe live streaming करना चाहिए आपको. I would love to do that.
It's a like low hanging fruit and very high ROI, right?
Yeah.
In terms of the awareness, the brand building, right? The communication to the user is very easy.
So this is very important. You said low hanging fruit and ROI, which is what we have been saying.
True. Yes.
But obviously we saying it wouldn't matter. You saying
Yes,
it
sir.
matters. Go more deeper into that. What do you mean by high ROI? What do you mean by low hanging
The
fruit?
ROI right now is not conversion, right? For us is to keep the user engaged. As I told you earlier, that the major objective of our D2C platform is to cater to the existing Vivo and iQOO consumers. So the people, so we have around like 100 plus million users in India, right? So we want to cater to them. Whenever they want to buy a new phone or upgrade a new phone, right? The first thing should be Vivo, right? So Vivo or iQOO. So we want to position ourselves in that journey. So whenever they have a thought of purchasing or upgrading a phone, Vivo is there where they can go, Vivo eStore, and there Vivo live streaming would be the best medium where they can get to know the phone.
And can you tell some numbers at its peak? How many viewers have you seen?
So right now,
I believe the highest one, if I say, so it was 67K.
Concurrent
yeah,
users.
Concurrent users.
And total would be much higher.
Much higher.
it is higher,
And
100 plus.
yeah, as Shashi said, like live streaming is the way where customer can check out the product and they can actually see the product. We display all the products, whatever the new launches happening, NPL happening. So if you're not willing to go to the store or anywhere, you want to see the product with a closer side, so this is the way कि आपको features के बारे में बहुत brief हो जाता है, and we always go with the product managers also in live streaming.
Yeah.
So they brief it in a very
So this is yet another important aspect of a live stream content strategy. What you're saying is that along with the host, we should also have a product expert
yes,
to help customers get through that decision making funnel, right? Or shorten the path to purchase.
yeah. So we try to explain the features in their way. The way they
So
want.
product managers are like very trained as they have built
The
the
product,
product
yes,
from
yeah.
bottom up, right?
Correct.
So they know about every nitty-gritty of the product. So they are the best people, and then they explain the product in such a way that it's very easy for the viewers to consume it and understand.
Right.
So that's how
Amazing.
We in our organization we have a lot of different departments, like product is there, GTM is there, sales is there, retail management is there. So we are looking to incorporate with all the teams so that we can, according to the sessions, right, we can get the host from the particular team and we can communicate.
And is it fair to say, again, coming back to what the question I asked about, what would you say to brands who are still on the fence? Is it fair to say that slowly and steadily, the more success Vivo and iQOO team got, wherein initially you were leading the charge and pushing it internally in the organization, and then once you started seeing some success, different departments in the team also started putting in their energy and time and conviction. So GTM team started helping you, product team, and that become a new thing. And now everybody is kind of internally also talking about live commerce. So I think that has also played an important role to help you scale up. Would you?
So I remember this very distinctly, that at the start of when we were in the initial phase, right, I had a discussion with you or someone from your team that like right now we are very small, however we'll be adding the live streaming in the GTM plan or IMC of the product, right? So now it is. So every new product launch will have the live streaming, right? So it's a part of the whole go-to-market strategy of Vivo. So so slowly and steadily, a lot of other teams are coming up and recognizing the significance of the activity and helping us to deliver the best.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and guys, this is really helpful for the product managers also. Whenever they come to live streaming, they get chance to interact with the customers and they get to know what they are actually looking for, what they are really liking it.
Live feedback.
Yeah, what live feedbacks, what they are liking about the product, I mean, about the design, about the processor or the cameras, all these things. So it is really helping to each and every person, and so I believe every brand should come into this and
No, thank you for sharing that. Now coming to Swirl, right?
Okay.
How has your experience been working with Swirl? I mean, I know there was a point in time when you were evaluating a dozen players for live commerce, and you finally chose Swirl, and we started with a pilot, ended up doing a multi-year contract together.
Yeah.
Would love to know how has
Yeah, so-
your experience been and
So I'll start with this.
Okay, I can see
I'm
where
happy
you are
to know
like,
that at least-
we have grown in a very positive way with Swirl.
So I'll start with the starting point, right?
Yes.
The point where we just thought of doing live streaming, but we don't know how to do it, right? So when the question was how to do it, then at that point of time, Swirl team came and said that okay, this is how you should face the like
Camera.
be in front of the camera. These
Yeah.
are do's and don'ts. This is should be the lighting. This is how should be the frame, right?
Frame, your makeup,
Everything.
your attire, all these things. So they help you with the basic things.
basic how to speak, what to stress, how to deliver that, right? So the Swirl team was, so I believe that's they have pushed us to do the live stream, right? Mrs. Shivalini would be should agree with me that
Yeah,
Swirl
of
team
course.
was the team which helped us and pushed us to do it. And then after doing it, when we started doing, there are a lot of things happening, right? Like things are breaking because we are just testing it out, and like the system was not able to take that load, right? So at that point of time, I worked closely with the tech team of Swirl, right, which helped them helped us to scale the live streaming shows. So earlier we used to have like 5,000, 7,000 users, and when we improvised the servers and the technology, then we used to have 100k users, concurrent users, right, or the total viewers, right? So then we got the confidence on the platform, and then we started pushing the traffic to the live streaming from our traditional Vivo channels, right, which is browsers, Vivo shop app and all. So we pushed all the traffic to the browser to the live stream, and still it was working fine, right? So yeah,
it was a collaborative
definitely,
partnership, actually a
definitely.
partnership.
And right now also I have worked with multiple third parties service providers, right? And the way Swirl team responds to us is I think really commendable.
Yes, yes,
Right.
truly that. Because I still remember in initial days, like before going any live, it was just a 1 or 2 live I did that. So before going for any live, I used to do the testing live with the Swirl team. They used to help me. Okay, this is how you need to talk. This is you just camera should be this far, and you need to wear this kind of makeup. These words should not be used.
Yeah.
This is how you need to deliver it. So they really helped me a lot to learn all these things, and that's how we are sitting today.
True, very true, very true.
No, amazing. Thank you so much, guys. This meant a lot having you here today and sharing your views. But in closing, if there's anything else you want to share, then feel free.
Yeah, so as you said, right, we were evaluating multiple vendors. So two things stood out for me was, for all of us, was the team, right? The Swirl team was there, the technology, and the trust which we have built working for, let's say, 6-7 months, right?
6 months.
6 months, right? So that was 3 things which stood out, and I am satisfied with the service, the commitment of the team, and we are surely looking for new features, right? So every time we see a particular feature somewhere in the web, somewhere online, or something which we thought ki, okay, this is one thing which we can
Useful.
add
Right.
for our consumers. It will help in engagement, it will help in conversion, it will help in conveying the information, right? We directly send it to the team, and then they add it in their
Right.
product pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So so looking forward to see all the features of, and also the feedback which we are getting from them, right? The suggestions which we
Yeah.
get ki, okay, the format should be like this,
Right.
the opening statement should be something
something
different.
like that, yes.
So even the data analytics that we share and the monthly kind of a check-ins that we do with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
really
definitely.
helps you.
And there
improve.
has been regular visit by the team, right? The
Yes.
Prashant from your
Yeah.
team comes
Yes,
directly.
sir, because of the technical issue, he sat with us in one live streaming, just wanted to check out the things,
Right.
how things are going during live. So it was really helpful from you guys, obviously, I mean,
So-
for each and everything.
It has been handheld experience, right, for us.
Yes.
And now I believe team is very comfortable doing the live stream. So
Yes.
kudos for the Swirl team.
And you guys are so
we-
approachable.
Big round of applause to my team.
yeah, and we are looking forward for like more milestones to
Yes.
be
Look
achieved.
Look forward,
right?
man. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so much,
Yes.
Sashi. It was a real pleasure. And thank you so much, Shivalini. It
Thank
was
you, yeah.
a real pleasure, and I look forward to doing a deeper dive with you soon, by the way,
Sure.
on the
Yeah.
content strategy and whatnot.
Sure.
And looking forward to connecting again. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.